Management Research.
Hello and welcome to the Management Research podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Eugene. Hello and welcome to the next episode in my podcast in our mini-series dedicated to strategic management. Today we continue working on the 5 forces framework by Porter. In particular, we work on the force called the bargaining power of buyers. As in the previous episode and as many of the previous episodes, we are going to introduce different drivers and explain how they impact or how they influence this force, in this event, the bargaining power of a buyer. And today we're going to talk about the force that is called size and concentration of buyers relative to suppliers. I think it is very easy to imagine that if you are the only buyer and there are many sellers, then your position is much better if there are many buyers and the seller is only one. If the seller is only one, he or she can ask any price, and if there are no other sellers there, so there is a monopoly, you will probably go for any price that has been announced. The same logic applies to the bargaining power in different other situations. For instance, if you are an employee somewhere in a firm, your bargaining power might be very low because you have to bargain against the whole organization. But if you join a union, if there is something like what we call in Germany Betriebsrat, the same in Austria, then there is somebody who stands behind you and your bargaining power may be much higher. If you go to negotiation not alone but with several of your colleagues and you would like to negotiate better conditions for work, the more of you there are, the higher your bargaining power. The same actually applies to many other situations, and if you think about the recent event of Brexit that happened, then it was very interesting to observe that Great Britain tried to negotiate as if their bargaining power was higher, but actually they were negotiating against 26 other states. And in this event, the bargaining power was not as high. And this actually led to not the best negotiations that they had after Brexit, to the conditions of Brexit. You can also think about the one more example, that is the health maintenance organizations. And as they're big, they can negotiate with hospitals much better conditions than single patients. And that is why if there is a health maintenance organization that has to negotiate, what they will negotiate might be much higher, much better than what each single patient will negotiate, or small organizations of these patients. So the smaller the number of buyers, the bigger the purchases, the greater the cost of losing one. It means if you're an employer, think about what is your position and how you can bargain against your employees. If you're an employee, think about how you can increase your bargaining power against the employer. If you're on the market, think about how you can increase your bargaining power as a buyer, or if you're a seller, try to increase your bargaining power as a seller. Again, size and concentration matter. The more of you, the higher your bargaining power, the bigger you are, the higher your bargaining power. I hope it was interesting, I hope it was helpful. I know it is a very simple driver, but maybe you haven't thought about this driver before. Wish you all the best, increase your bargaining power, good luck, and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.